This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Here are 13 stories that we're following today, and we'll try and give updates because it's been a fascinating couple days in the market. So bear with us. First, this is August 8th, 2024, and the markets are skyrocketing today on more positive news that's given some people comfort that the markets aren't as bad and the economy is not as bad as people were fearing that it was. It was a better jobs report that came out and so forth. Now, that's the cusp of today. Yesterday, the 7th, was a horrendous day in the market, and we'll go through some of those points. The second story is JPMorgan has raised the odds of a recession by the end of the year to 35%, so they're raising that. Third, yesterday, NVIDIA, Amazon, and Tesla all dropped more than 10%. Apple, Microsoft, and Google all dropped more than 4 to 6%. So you had lots of losers yesterday. Today, a lot of those are rebounding. Fourth, the U.S. Treasury yields rose on Wednesday as the U.S. Treasury is having a harder time selling 10-year bonds than they'd like to have. And I guess that goes to our fifth point, is that soft treasuries are an indication, soft treasury sales, that at the end of the day, no matter what we do, if we've got 35 trillion in debt out there, it's going to at some point get harder to sell the amount of treasuries we want to as a country without raising the rates. 6th point we're following today, the Becker Private Equity podcast ranked first in Apple Business News this week. The Wall Street Journal has podcasts that are ranked second, third, and fourth. So God bless. 7th story we're following, this comes out of Yahoo Finance. I love this story because it's so true to some things that we worry about. Both candidates are likely to be bad on the national debt. Yahoo Finance says Harris and Trump would both make the national debt worse, and that's probably right. 8th, a couple other indicators, Airbnb and Topgolf both took it on the chin yesterday. They were both down around 13%. 9th, a pleasure to visit with David Pivnik and Holly Buckley this week of McGuire Woods. Also, just if people are interested, the McGuire Woods Healthcare Finance and Growth Conference is coming up in Charlotte in September. 10th story that we're following today. Thrilled to have exciting hundreds of fantastic health system leaders, plus Rob Gronkowski, Caitlin Clark, and President Bush and Jenna Bush, all speaking at our fall conference. If you want information on that, please feel free to reach Jessica Cole at Becker's Healthcare. Thank you very much for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Those are some of the stories we're following today. A fascinating sort of rebound day in the markets, and let's hope it sticks that way. It's been volatile as heck, but let's hope it sticks that way. Thank you very much for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast.